I miss smoking with you, bro. So far away.
I know, yo. That was like a ritual after a show.
I
Have a
know. To
nice little,
argue about the show over a blunt afterwards.
yeah. You be fronting like you don't smoke on camera, and then
I don't. No late. No women
All
should.
right, well, listen. The man of the hour,
Oh, he's
too
here.
sweet to be sour. He's in the house right about this time.
My man, my mellow.
This man has had too many roles to mention. We remember him from Oz as Kenny Wrangler, or maybe you remember him on The Wire as Preston Bodie Bodis. So many roles in between that, but right now, you might know him from Saints and Sinners as Jabari Morris. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Godcast. Right about this time, our friend JD Williams.
There.
Thank you.
You like that intro, bro?
That was an epic intro. I appreciate that. That gotta be one of the best intros I ever had in my life. Thank you. Thank you.
And I got an
Oh,
L in your honor burning right now.
quick
I
fun fact.
appreciate it.
Quick fun fact.
What's the fun fact?
This guy is our guest anchor, Foxy Alex's brother. Yay!
That's what's up.
Which makes you not just a friend of the Godcast, but like actual family of the
Yeah.
Godcast. Like you
wait,
actually.
Jamar, we got history too. Like,
Oh, we was on Oz together for a second.
yeah. Like that's when I met you before I met Digga as family.
Oh,
Like I met you through work.
Oh, that's good to know.
And where we was working was an isolated area. It was confined.
Yes.
So I'm looking at you with the dreads. I know you brand new. I know what you about. You was playing Supreme Alive, right?
True indeed.
Come on. So
I was on my way in. You was on your way out.
Bro, but
we had that little overlap for a second.
Yeah, but it happened. But I recognized you. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of the brothers that came through there, man, and I knew who y'all was. So yeah, like I've been blessed to build myself up to be able to even be here to do the interview with y'all in the first place, but then to know y'all in a personal way. So I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely.
So JD actually called me prior to this, getting ready to get his pregame bag. And first thing he was like, "So did you watch the debate?" I'm like, "Wait, no." I said, "No, you're not going to do this to me right now. I need my hour block out before I get into it with Jamar," which we actually will get into it today. But
right.
I was like, I just be needing a woosah before I get into it. But he was about to take me down a rabbit hole prior to the show. I'm like, oh, just save it up.
Now,
I was going to do it to you, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm isolated out here. I'm in ATL right now. I'm by myself, so when I'm talking to family, I gotta get at them. You know
1 second now, JD. I need to put my director's hat on right now. Could you please go in landscape mode, sir? Could you put your phone to the side? Just turn your phone.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, you got to take the.
I got you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got to turn it this way.
But make sure that you don't have it so. Because you might
have
have it so that it doesn't.
What you trying to see, my brother?
I want you on the. Well, I definitely. Oh, I didn't know it was that much, but I want to see you wide mode so there's not that black on the side.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and show us that shirt again, though. That's.
Well, nice this is the family. I got about 3, 4 of these shirts. This happened.
I thought it was just Malcolm, Marcus Garvey, and who's that over there? The last. You got a whole okay. Oh, there. Oh, you on the shirt, Digga?
Harrison.
Oh, Fred Hampton. Wow. Booker T. That's who that is, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I wore this shirt because I'm on the Godcast, so
Of course.
We want to be aware. It's not about being woke; it's about being conscious. So we want to be aware of what it is we doing. So, you know,
So, my brother,
that,
how let's go back a little bit because you're what I call a journeyman actor.
I'm
I
trying to get
feel
there.
like you're fortunate enough to. It seems like you're always working. You've been fortunate enough to go from thing to thing to thing to thing. Um, and trust me, as an actor myself, I know that that's not an easy feat. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
not an easy feat. Um, how did you first get into acting, and what was really your first break?
Well, moving around, single mom, through the 80s, y'all get in different places. If you the type of kid to try to stay out of trouble so your mom can do what she gonna do, you find activities to keep yourself occupied.
Now you are from Newark, New Jersey, yes?
100%, yes, sir.
Hmm.
All day. You already know. Born and raised.
Okay.
Grafton Avenue, GAP. What's up? So, yeah, so trying to just, just be involved and, be a good kid, stay out my mom's way so she could do what she got to do. I would get in and, I didn't really jump on sports because, like, we wasn't a lot of places for that long. But, like, doing, like, plays, theater, stuff like that, you could jump in and out. Then, so even if I wasn't doing that, when I would go to a different school, like 2 days later, I would be reading the announcements in a assembly. You know what I'm saying? I'm the new kid and I'm reading an announcement already. So it was always like that. So I was like, all right, well, let me just get this together. You know what I'm saying? By the time I was graduating high school, it was I had did a couple of auditions. I did my first my first commercial on my birthday. So I just took that as a sign and just kept
Mm.
running with it. Like I was like, okay, well, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's about I went to arts high
What was the
school. So,
commercial that you did? What was it for?
the one that I did on my birthday, my first national commercial, that was like where it was like I saw what money you could get from residuals for real. It
Right.
was it was for double mint gum.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was
Nice.
the first commercial. That was the first double mint commercial, probably without twins.
Mm.
Really?
I think so, because every commercial
So
I
they were
remember before
breaking
that
from
had twins.
tradition at that point with you. You was the first time they broke from. You know what? We just gonna go with one person on this. Fuck a
I
twin.
mean,
We just gonna go
yeah,
with a
yeah.
solo dude.
I got to pop the gum and everything. I was like, when you watching commercials when you was a kid, you was like, yo, do they put the gum in their mouth a certain way on purpose?
Right.
Yeah, you got to put it on the tip of your tongue and fold it in. Yep, that's
Right.
exactly how it was. I was tripping. I was like, damn, I'm the dude popping the gum in his mouth.
Wow. Well. At least it wasn't like some sort of like a Slim Jim or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like. At least it was something double. Double mint's cool. We can go for
That
that.
is
That
classic.
that
It's
wasn't
what
a
it is.
swine gum either. Like that wasn't
Yeah.
a gum that the gods would have looked down on. We used to chew double mint, but there were
No,
some gums that we didn't fuck with.
well, I appreciate it just in the sense that it's tradition of what I grew up with, and now I'm part of that tradition, and I can make a position. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just something like where obviously you're gonna be in front of the curtain, but when you start getting into it, you know what I'm saying? You start trying to see what you could do with it. So it was just that something that I recognized when it happened. You know what I'm saying? So I never took that for granted. You know.
So you had that double mint commercial. What was your first what would you get? TV was the first thing you did, or film? What was the first thing you ever did?
God
That
bless
was
me
that
that
was real.
everything. God bless me that everything happened like almost all at one time. When I came in, look, I'm coming from Arts High School in Newark.
Right.
4 years of that, and so I was kind of training. It's like a martial artist coming right out the school and going right into the ring. And I was ready to just do a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was competing with myself and competing with everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I got blessed when I came out. I got blessed with like probably 5 to 10 national commercials. I did New York Undercover. I did Law and Order. I did shows that people wouldn't even remember right now. I
Like
did a
like
bunch.
like like 100 Center Street.
that was even later. 100 Center Street was later. Like, how about
But
Trinity?
that's a show people wouldn't remember. I did that too. I was on 100
Yeah,
Center
but
Street.
did you know? But do you know? Like this is groundbreaking shit. Because did you know that 100 Center Street is the first HD TV show?
No, but
Remember?
I feel like they were shooting with special cameras or
Yeah.
something. I
No.
remember there was something about it. Like,
What they
yeah.
were shooting with the cameras that you use to do soap operas.
Mm,
Remember? That was the
yes.
same cameras that. So that's what that was when we was doing that. Like, and in that show, they had me jump over a counter, beat up a Chinese man for some Chinese food, and I poured grease on him, and I worked with Alan Arkin. It was some other shit.
Right.
Everything is about a level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, it's blessings all around, man. Like, this is full circle. So
So, I mean, I feel most people first saw you when you got within the walls of Oz.
Do Rag King,
Hanging out with niggas like Adabisi and them niggas like that there.
bruh.
What was that experience like? Because, for me, it was fucking great. Part of it, some of it kind of was like jail in a way, like the way shit was set up. Like there was really cliques in that motherfucker. Like,
Yeah,
talk
I
about it.
mean, these extras hang out with these extras. These extras hang out with these extras. We got space. You know what I'm saying? And it was definitely going to be hierarchies, but it was more pronounced. Yet overall, I mean, and I said this before, like just doing Oz, that would have been 96. No, was it? It would have been like 97 to 2000, right, or something like that. Anyway, doing that for me was like going to college. That was high school. That was college for me, pretty much. Working with everybody, getting to really get acclimated with the industry. You know what I'm saying? Building
That's
my
how
way.
I feel it was for me too, in a way. That was like acting school for me.
Yeah, it totally was because, and just like you said, it was still structured to be isolated and segregated the way it was. It was also structured to have like a theatrical environment. So it was more like doing a play than it was
Right.
necessarily like doing a TV show. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So that's what we was on, because Oz was always on some Greek tragedy anyway.
Exactly. It was
You know?
that's what it was. It was supposed
Hmm.
to be a Greek tragedy type of play format, and I
Right.
guess that's kind of why it worked so well.
Definitely. Because they already knew what they wanted to do with it from the beginning. That's why.
So how did you get that role? Did you audition?
Certainly, I went out and I definitely auditioned for that role. And like I said, I've told this before, but I'm here doing it here on Yanadameen with y'all. I actually went in for the audition in front of Alexa Fogel and threw myself off camera like this, like during the audition. But I
Right.
was just raw like that because I was doing the audition, and I was doing the other person's actions in my head. So,
Uh,
and out the corner of my eye, I saw her look to the side, but I just kept going with what I was doing. I
right.
wasn't caring about, and I got the call back, and then I went in the room in front of Fontana and Levinson and her, and then they called me like I was like 8 blocks away, and they called my agent and told him that I had to part after that. So
Yo.
that's how it popped off. But I mean, the main thing is that, the way, even though I was trained and as an actor, I still did something raw that I probably wouldn't even have the balls to do right now. Like, I can't see myself throwing myself off the camera right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Right.
crazy because I know
Right.
too much.
Right.
Before,
But
when
that
I
was just
didn't
your
know,
instinct, your
yeah,
instincts at
and I
that
just went
moment.
with it.
I
Like,
feel like
so
that improv works though, because even when I was auditioning for 13 Ghosts, like I couldn't even like I was so hung over, the words were literally moving off the page, trying to read the sides.
like
I
Beautiful
had to
Mind.
I just balled them up and said, "Can we just wing it?" Because like I can't read this. I don't know what's happening.
Well,
And
that's
got help.
a lot of times directors do want somebody who's free, but they don't want you to get in their way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Do what you're gonna
Mhm.
do, but just let my vision
But you
still
got to
be
be
a
able to
vision.
take direction.
Exactly. Let
Yep.
just add on to what it is. Don't take away from what I want to do, but add on. So
Hmm.
if director trusts you to do that and you can get away with it and you can build on it and you can build that type of reputation, you get away with more. That's what makes comedians so valuable because everybody expects them to create the character from what it is. They like, we already wrote a bunch of stuff, but we expect the comedian to do like 10, 15 takes where he just gonna make up a bunch of stuff and just be whoever he is. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Kevin Hart or, whoever it is. So that's what, that level of acting is when you're given that type of green light. So that goes into it. And like Digga said, like when like I love her stories about 13 ghosts and stuff like that. It's like directors are like, well, look, if that's going to enhance the story, then yeah, let's do it. And that's when the best art comes out.
Word.
So you're blessed to be on an iconic show like Oz.
Yes, sir.
Then you get a quick episode on Law and Order. Then you get to go on The Sopranos real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Homicide.
already this is sounding like Trinity, Homicide, Third Watch,
Yeah,
Sex in
bro.
the City. Like you was rolling.
Wait, where you was at Sex in the City? I know that entire.
He played Sweet Sauce in
Hold
Sex
up,
in the
because I
City.
asked them to change that character's name. Anyway, it was when Samantha was dating the black dude, and her sister didn't like it, and he was managing some rappers, and he came to the club, and we had to break up the fight between Samantha and the black sister. I was one of the ones that grabbed Samantha.
Oh, okay. Oh, I gotta look again. I was about to say I pretty
But yeah,
much
nah,
know that.
I didn't have like a recurring role or anything. It's just like popping up, like you said.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the thing is, like I made the rounds, but that also came from that whole at the time of coming from Arts High, where I went to competitions, I trained for competitions to win trophies and shit like that to act.
Mhm.
So when I
Word.
did get the opportunity and I first came into the industry, I was pretty honed on what it was I was trying to do. So I could be professional, I could show up, I could remember my lines, I could break down what it was I was supposed to do, and I could look like the character. Plus, whatever else it was they were seeing in me, whether it was because I was light skinned, short, non-threatening, whether I could be threatening, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Funny, like, oh, he's the rap scallion or the thief with the golden heart, whatever it is. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna be able to do it. But yeah, when I came in ravenous because it was a lot of dudes when I first came in, especially going through the audition circle that was there that I was already watching do it. You know what I'm saying? Dorian Missick,
Mm.
um, Michael Ealy, you know what I'm saying? Merlin Santana was around. I'm looking at people where I'm like, yo, I've been watching y'all do this.
R.I.P. him.
Yeah, RIP. And I'm here watching the homies. I'm like, yo, now I'm here with y'all. And then when I started walking on auditions and they're saying to me, here come this motherfucker. I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing
Right.
something. And
Right.
And
then we understand.
not to
Yeah,
mention there was a lot of people, a lot of brothers from Newark, like on the same
brother,
track, like with
Omar
you,
Scroggins,
Jordan.
Omar,
Yeah.
yo, we was all running around. It was a bunch of us running around, like just going ape shit. Like, especially through that 90s, it was a cycle. You'd be
Mhm.
like, we all knew, like, yo, for this three months, he gonna book everything. For this 2 months, he gonna book everything. For this 1 month, he gonna book everything. We was on each other like that. Like at the time, I learned that real quick. And then, like I said, that's when I knew I was in because the brothers started giving me a certain level of respect, and I was like, oh shit, okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and hold that down. And everybody that was doing that, I saw them elevate. So whatever
Mhm.
my pace is, I know I'm still elevating too.
Word.